was a teenager, I really wanted to work with people from around the world. When I went to university, Asper School of Business, I took International Business and Marketing. And then from there, I worked for an aviation company that overhauled aircraft engines for operators all over the world. So with more experience and more responsibilities, I got to travel more. And with more travels, I learned a lot of lessons. And so that is why I'm here today, for the travel business class, or the business class for travel, if you will. So it might help if I tell a story to share these lessons. There was a time that I was invited to go to an airline conference in Ethiopia. And with our corporate policy, because it was a long haul flight, I got to book business class, which is like fantastic. So I started off going from Winnipeg to Toronto, easy breezy, I'm all by myself, I'm just doing my thing. Then I land in Toronto and I board my flight to go to Addis Ababa. So I go up into business class, I'm checking it out, and I get to my seat, and there's someone sitting in it. Oh, it's okay. Anyways, it turns out this lady is a nurse, and she is asking if she can sit in my seat because she's taking care of a patient beside her. No problem at all. Let me know where you're sitting, and I'll go sit in your seat. So she points behind me. Perfect. So I go mosey back to go to my seat. And it sort of is a little bit of a vibe in business class. We kind of ignore each other and we just give each other space. But I sort of glanced, I'm meeting this gentleman coming towards me. And I like glanced at him, smile, and then I do a double take. Ooh, I know this guy. His name's Colin, and I'm working with him on a current project right now. He's a client and engineer. And I've been talking to this guy nonstop. He breaks out in big grin, gives me a hug, and then suddenly I start looking around the cabin. And I know a lot of people. Suddenly this business trip is including all the Canadians that are all going over to Ethiopia. And what I thought was going to be an easy breezy solo trip, I sort of have to be a little bit on right now. So this comes to lesson 1, is always dress for success. You want to dress comfortably because it's a long flight, but it's business travel, you don't know who you're going to run into. So there is like lots of comfortable fabrics that you can wear, and I kind of go for the all black monochromatic that I'm currently wearing. I can still be professional and polished. So I get into my seat and I kind of settle in, and we take off, and then service comes around, and it's Ethiopian Airlines, and they actually bring us like Ethiopian food, which was gorgeous, and I definitely had that. But then I had some water with it. And that brings to lesson number 2, is looking at self-care while you're flying. Because it's best to stay as hydrated as possible, maybe no alcohol and caffeine, and try to get as much rest as you can. Because even when you're in the lay-down cabin, which is excellent, it can be hard to rest. So I always think like headphones or earplugs and eye shade to help us get as much sleep as you can. So now we're getting close to landing. I go to the restroom to freshen up, powder my nose, because apparently I know everyone on the plane. And that also brings me to lesson number 3, is to pack a really great carry-on bag. And I also would like to say, do carry-on only. I know it's can be hard, but it simply just makes your travel so much easier. You don't lose your bags, that's another bonus. And also, if you have a check bag, your colleagues don't threaten to leave you at the airport while you wait for it. Trust me, it's a thing. So then anyways, we land in Ethiopia, and we're navigating the airport in Addis. And as it is with long haul travel, or if you're going to different countries, sometimes there's different documentation that you need. So it brings to lesson number 4, and having your documents in order. And then there is a way, like this season traveler just lands and like, I don't know where I'm going, just like jump in the taxi, grab their hotel. But it is really great to have all of your information ready. And as you're like walking with, again, everyone watching you go through customs that going to the same conference, and you just simply grab and hand your documents to the person, the customs agent, versus being that person quickly going through your bag, trying to get those information. Again, it's a little bit more organized to do it this way. So from there, we all go head to the airport shuttle. The people with carry-on only go first, would like to mention that again. And we're off to the hotel. We get to the hotel, we're a little bit early, can't get into our rooms yet. That's okay, I'll sit in the lobby with all my best friends. I'm trying to envision that I'm looking glowy and smoky, not travel icky at this point, channeling that. And I'm sitting there, almost out of shower, when Colin, the guy that I ran into on the airplane first, plops down beside me. He's like, you know, I've been thinking about that landing gear, and I'm thinking about this one service bulletin. I'm like, ooh, we're talking business. Okay, I can do it. Smart, professional, got this. And that leads to lesson 5, is like, be ready to talk business at any point. Sometimes you're traveling, you're like, okay, I'm in the travel zone, but you can meet somebody at any point, and you know, just want to make sure you have your laptop ready to go if you have to suddenly flip out a presentation. So that really ends up going into, I finally get to my room, I get cleaned up, everything's good, and I have Ethiopian coffee, life is even better. And the trade show and everything after that was a really great success. And that really concludes my travel business class for you. And to recap the lessons again, number 1, dress for success. 2, think of your well-being. 3, carry on only, please, friends. 4, have your documents all in order. And 5, be ready for business. Thank you very much.